Hi everyone, I'm Molly, a recent geography graduate, and this presentation is designed to give you an outline of the geography course here at Oxford, from the big questions like why choose geography to the course structure itself. I hope you enjoy. So why geography? I hope, seeing as you're currently perusing our virtual open day resources, that you have some idea as to why you think the subject is interesting and important. However, I want to give you a bit more information about why I find it so pertinent in today's world. Geography is an incredibly dynamic subject and is constantly being shaped by what's happening in the world around us. On top of this, the discipline is incredibly broad in that it often requires an interdisciplinary line of thinking, which basically means you get to tap into different branches of knowledge and subject areas. However, whilst it's broad, the subject also allows you to specialise in the things that you take the most interest in. For me, this was political and post-colonial geography. On top of this, from climate change to social inequality to biodiversity loss, geographers are at the forefront of challenging many global crises that we face. It's a discipline that therefore not only helps you better understand the world around you, but helps inform you how best to shape the world of tomorrow. From a more pragmatic stance, the skills and expertise that you develop as a geographer are held in high regard by employers, meaning that the degree opens up a wide variety of career choices post-graduation. From analytical and communication skills to data evaluation, geography covers it all. So perhaps you're asking more specifically, why pursue geography at Oxford? The School of Geography and the Environment have been ranked #1 in the 2021 QS World University Rankings for Geography. And as soon as you come here, you recognise why it has such an esteemed status. The method of teaching in Oxford is first rate. And when I say this, I'm primarily referring to the tutorial system because it's such an essential part of the learning process here. In essence, tutorials are very small classes with a tutor and 2 or 3 others in your student cohort. You're given a piece of work to complete prior to the tutorial. And in the class itself, you can discuss your work, ask for clarification where needed, and listen to what others have to say about the topic at hand. They provide a really incredible way of learning that encourages you to really digest and think about what you've learned in lectures. I personally loved all of my tutorials. I also think that supplemented by this tutorial system, as well as the college system, you develop a much more personal bond with your tutors and your student peers. This is really beneficial both academically and socially. Though it's not just about the tutorial system, because SOGI has a strong body of world-leading academics. This means that you're being taught and engaging with individuals who are quite literally leading contemporary debates that shape the field to which they specialise in. The quality and quantity of research that comes out of the department is really quite astounding. So on to the course structure. The first year is all compulsory and you have preliminary exams, which are known more commonly as prelims. This consists of 4 written exams at the end of your first year, as well as a fieldwork report and a relatively short essay. Your first year exams don't count towards your final grades you will receive upon graduation, though tutors still want to see good results to ensure that you can demonstrate a good working attitude in years 2 and 3. When you move on to years 2 and 3, it's when you begin to structure the course to what you're most interested in. And your final grade is based upon your performance in 6 written exams, a fieldwork report based on a trip that you'll go on in second year, 3 submitted essays, which kind of pertain to the optional subjects that you choose, and finally a dissertation, which is where you can really hone in on your geographical interests. Regarding the teaching and learning components of the course, on average, your contact hours actually tend to go down as you go through the course. So where you may have 8 hours of lectures a week in first year, say, this will go down to about 4 to 5 by third year. This doesn't mean, however, that you have less work to do. It simply means that you have to be more self-disciplined in your learning, as you're required to research things independently. So you'll still have that 1 essay tutorial per week, but alongside that, you may have dissertation work, essay submissions, etc. There's also fieldwork, which I provide a bit more information on shortly. So as I said previously, first year subjects are all compulsory and touch upon both human and physical geography. This provides a really brilliant foundation for learning, and neither branch requires any specific prior knowledge. My personal experience of this is going into Oxford, I was actually really interested in human geography. However, after first year, I realised I love physical geography also, and actually continued to pursue both physical and human geography options in my second and third year. So that first year is really excellent in providing an insight into both human and physical geography, which is really important because, as you often find, knowledge from both themes are essential. You also get to go to do some physical geography fieldwork, which is a really brilliant opportunity to make some friends outside of your college. But on top of that, you also get fieldwork opportunities in and around Oxford city centre to complete. Going into years 2 and 3, as I stated previously, is when you begin to tailor the course to your own interests. There is one core subject called geographical thought, which I absolutely loved as it provides a brilliant foundation into understanding the challenges that the discipline faces. And then you have a fieldwork project based in either Tenerife, Berlin, or the Netherlands, where you have to submit a fieldwork report later on. You then have to choose 2 foundation courses out of the available 3. So you can choose Earth System Dynamics, which is very much a physical geography option, Space, Place and Society, which is the human geography option, or Environmental Geography, which incorporates both human and physical geography aspects by looking at society's interactions with the surrounding environment. I personally chose Earth System Dynamics and Space, Place and Society, which I found really exciting because it meant that one week I could be reading Marxist theory and the next I'd be looking at conservation science. It made my studies really dynamic and I really loved that. You'll sit an exam in geographical thought and then also in each of the foundational subjects that you choose. Alongside these more foundational subjects, you then have your options, one of which you'll do in second year and the other 2 you'll do in third year. You'll sit an exam in each of these options and also submit a 4,500-word essay. Finally, you have your dissertation, which is where you really come into your own. I'll explain a bit more about these in a minute. So as you can see, there's a real variety to the options offered here at Oxford Geography. And what's great is that even if, say, your area of specialization is very much rooted in physical geography, for example, you can still pick options that are perhaps more human geography focused. The options I chose were really, really mixed. And I picked conservation, desert landscape and dynamics, but then also an option on post-colonialism and development. But I know other people that chose to specialize in particular areas and therefore chose options grounded in a similar branch of knowledge. So the beauty is that you can make the degree as broad or as specific as you like. As a geographer, obviously it would be a near crime if we didn't conduct some work out in the field. So I'm here to put those worries at ease. In your second year, you have the opportunity to go to either Berlin, the Netherlands, or Tenerife. You spend a week working with an assigned group on a theme. I personally went to Berlin and chose a Cold War topic. And what you do is within your group, you kind of decide what you're going to investigate and how you're going to do so within your group. It's not only a really interesting opportunity to gather your own data, it also is really good fun. You get to kind of meet all of the other students. And on top of this, it's department funded. Last but by no means least, you have your dissertation. These are up to 12,000 words in length and are effectively research projects that form an important part of your degree. You'll do the bulk of the research in the summer of your second year, but in the first term of third year, you'll continue to tidy it up and have meetings with your dissertation supervisor about your work. As you can see from the impressive selection here, your dissertation, provided there's a clear strategy and it's safe to undertake, can be about whatever you please. So whatever interests you. That's why for many people, completing the dissertation is one of their favourite parts of the university experience. And although I personally didn't travel for research purposes, as my dissertation used archival data, I know many people that did so. So the dissertation is a really valuable part of the course. So that's my outline of geography here at Oxford complete. I hope you find the rest of the resources very useful and that they give you a real idea of what it's like to study here. Thank you.